All right, Albert. I know I almost threw you off the window this morning, but it is time to wake up. Hi, and welcome back to The Growing Show, which is a talk show in which I do my best, and you're also here too. My name is Isabel, and if you are new here, welcome to the show. It is always wonderful to see new faces. What is the show, you may ask? The Growing Show is a talk show that's dedicated to growth and development as a person. Through sharing stories, my hope is that we can learn from one another. If that's something that's up your alley, go ahead and give me a subscribe. It's been so great to see all of the support for this channel, and I would love to have you follow along for the journey. If you are old here, hello, welcome back, you. And update for you, I'm going to be making videos whenever I can. So I can't keep up with one a week with my work and school schedule. So I really am going to be doing my best. And thanks for being here and thanks for coming along. I'll get my videos out to you whenever I can because this is my creative outlet. And it's also a place where I'm able to connect with people that are far away, people that I don't have a chance to talk to regularly. It's just a special space. And thank you for joining me here. Other housekeeping news is that you may notice we have a new friend on the show. May I present to you Fabio Jr. He takes after his dad, doesn't he? That was a birthday gift from my friend Christian. So thank you, Christian. And I know all of you followers are thanking Christian too because we miss Fabio. He lives in our memory forever. Okay, today's going to be a shorter episode, so I say let's just get into it. As you know, I love to share a snack with my viewers. So today's snack is, I hope you're hungry for questions. I'm answering questions today. So if you need something to eat, go get it. But today I'm going to be answering some questions from my Instagram followers. I wrote these down a while ago. I don't really remember what was asked, so you are still going to be getting a pretty raw reaction from me. Listen to me, raw. I'm around a lot of Australians right now too. They're all priests, and their accent really is like that. It's like raw, nar, that's no. Okay, let's do it. Brunch time dinner plan. My housemate Sam kind of calls me a lug or, kind of a meathead. I'm a huge protein person. It is so crucial that my partner knows how to cook because I know how to cook. I just only make things based on their nutrient content. I have to look into that. In the meantime, black beans and ground beef. Okay. My favorite moment in any musical. For longtime followers of the show, you know that I was in the musical Company this past summer in a barn. And my favorite musical moment actually comes from that musical. There is a moment when the main character, Bobby, realizes that being in a relationship with people means you have to sacrifice. You have to give of yourself. And that's really what love is, romantic and not. Somebody make me come through, I'll always be there. As frightened as you of being alive. Anyways, go listen to it. Gouda or mozzarella? This is a great time to let you know, followers, I'm lactose intolerant. There, I said it. I don't do dairy very much, but I will choose my battles. I will pop a dairy pill when I need to, okay? I'm a survivor. I'm a warrior. And so the answer is Gouda. All the way, Gouda. Who is the best person you've ever arm wrestled? I know who wrote this, and I know they want me to say them, so I will. Easton, you're the best person I've ever arm wrestled. However, you beating me on my birthday was not the nicest thing you've ever done. That one's for you. Favorite movie to ugly cry to? Definitely the movie About Time. I think it's on Netflix. The main theme in it is realizing that we need to spend as much time with each other as we can because time is so precious. I don't think that's a spoiler. I'm sorry if it is a spoiler. It's about a time traveler. Okay. How do you process grief even after the funeral is done and everyone has gone home? I think grief is a very, very common, almost unified human experience. I just celebrated the 1 year of the passing of my grandmother, and I say celebrated very intentionally there because she lived a very beautiful and long life. But I know that's not the case for everybody. I think the things that I would recommend to you, who wrote this and whoever is experiencing grief, is that, one, you need to allow yourself to grieve fully, and be really gentle with yourself there, because grieving takes a lot of time, and we're constantly grieving things. We're grieving the loss of places, relationships, friends, people in our lives, objects in our lives. Things are always changing, and there's a lot to grieve about, but be gentle with yourself. Treat yourself like you would treat your best friend. And the second thing I would say is find some symbols that help you remember this person in a positive way. Something I'm studying right now is how symbols affect human beings and how we need symbols to kind of make meaning of things. The cross in the Christian tradition, water symbolizing life. For me and my grandmother, it's hummingbirds. The symbol is hummingbird. So whenever I see a hummingbird, I think of her, and that fills me with a lot of peace. And so I would recommend find some concrete symbols that are going to help you process this. And I hope you find some peace there. Good question. Good question. Okay. Where do you find joy and how do you hold on to it? Okay, grief and joy. We're here. I find my most joy in being able to give gifts to people. I just love being able to bring little presents. You know this because you know the story about me bringing tea to Christopher, if you're a watcher of the show. But that is kind of a common theme in my life, is I love to give presents. The other day, I got my housemate Sam coffee in the morning, and it was just the best feeling. It's just the most joy. St. Francis of Assisi says, "It is in giving that we receive." But I think that kind of encapsulates where I find joy, is being able to give of myself. Yeah. I think that answers the question. The hardest part of moving to a new city. As many of you know, I just moved to Boston, and that was very challenging in a lot of ways. Maybe you've moved to a new city recently. If you have, good on you. That is not easy. You are rebuilding your life from the ground up, and I am so proud of you, and I'm also proud of myself, but the hardest part is building the community. You never know who you're gonna click with. You never know where you're gonna find support when you move somewhere new. So that was definitely the biggest obstacle. That was the hardest thing. Where am I going to receive love? Who am I going to give love to? The only thing that's gonna solve that is time, and I think that's the hard thing too. You just kind of have to wait it out and do the best you can to find your people. You will find your people if you moved somewhere new. I just want you to know that. And it might come from a really unexpected place. I mean, I'm hanging out with priests all the time, so didn't see that one coming. How do you allow yourself to open up and be vulnerable? It takes a lot of courage to be vulnerable. But I would say that for me, it always starts at home. I need to be open with myself and vulnerable with myself before I'm ready to be open and vulnerable with someone else in an authentic way. Because, you know, anybody can trauma dump. Anybody can kind of just say, here's everything about me that's gone wrong. This is why I'm so messed up, you know? But I think a really life-giving vulnerability can come from being really open with you and what you need and communicating that in a context of a relationship. I don't want to talk abstractly because this is a very concrete thing. Spend time with yourself. What are your needs? What are your desires? And then feel out the people in your life. Who is open to receiving that information? Who do you trust to really hold that information? But you have to trust yourself first. You know, there was this joke in college amongst my housemates that I was my own best friend. And that's really true. I'm my own best friend. I would say that pretty confidently. I'm sorry, Brittany, Zach, Sam, and Christopher. But I love me. And I think that allows me to be vulnerable. All done. Thank you for being here today. And I also want to say, I would love to receive more stories from you. I am kind of reaching the end of my store of stories. store of stories. But I do need you to write in times that you've grown as a person. This can be anything, big or small, abstract or concrete, just a time that you really grew as a person. Maybe an event, a class that you took in college, a friend that really helped you be a better version of yourself. Please write in to me. I can't wait to keep making this show with you. You can write them into thegrowingshow@gmail.com. Please do that. The show can't survive without you. I'm begging. And that's it for today. That's the show. As always, I'm Isabel, and I may not know much. This has been The Growing Show.